Hey guys, what's up? It's Matt, and welcome back to a brand new video. Today, we are continuing the Sims content, which I'm actually very excited about, because in my previous Sims video, I mentioned how there was no Wicked. Today, we're turning it into Wicked. We are Wickedifying the Sims, which I'm very excited about, because I'm gonna let you in on a little secret. I'm planning a Wicked-themed series on my YouTube channel, because I feel like it's only fitting that I dedicate something on my channel to Wicked. It is my favorite musical, and I feel a deep connection to it. So, in today's video, we are actually creating the Wicked Trio, Elphaba, Glinda, and Fiyero, because my goal is to have a Wicked Let's Play. So that's an exciting announcement. In the wise words of Miss Glinda, everyone, I have an announcement. I really want to make a Wicked Let's Play. And it dawned on me, like, the other day, and I was like, I have to make this. So I immediately got to work. Anyways, before I get too ahead of myself, let's go back to the current video. So right now, we are in Create a Sim. And I actually don't use Create a Sim very often. I mostly build, so I apologize if my Sims are subpar. But this is my first Create a Sim video, so please be nice. So anyway, we are making Elphaba, Glinda, and Fiyero. And I cut out a lot of trial and error in this video, so it does seem a little bit shorter. And it definitely did take a little while to get everyone's faces right and proportions. So I figured I'd cut out a little bit of the boring stuff, because it was a lot of back and forth. So anyways, we started with Mr. Fiyero himself. And he was actually pretty easy. He's kind of a simple dude. And when it comes to the other two, those took me a little bit longer. And actually, kind of the opposite is Fiyero's, like, main everyday outfit was really easy to find, because this blue vest and the white shirt situation, like, matches perfectly to what he wears in the movie. Because he has, like, those boots and then the riding pants, and then he has the open collar white shirt and then the blue vest. So that was perfect. But now we're moving on to Miss Glinda, and she was more, I don't want to say time consuming, she was more difficult to choose the outfits, because I had to go through all of these different options and figure out, like, what was Glinda core. But I actually found a dress. I don't know at what point I settled on it, but I actually found a dress that worked really well, because Glinda is not a spaghetti strap girl. Otherwise, that pink dress right there would have been perfect. But yeah. So basically, she took a while to find, and I didn't want her to give off Cat Valentine vibes too much, because, you know, I love Cat Valentine, and Cat Valentine definitely shines in Glinda, but I didn't want her to be that vibe. So I struggled trying to find pink options that weren't, like, overlapping for her outfits, but I think I did a pretty good job. And don't even get me started on the shoes, because the shoes took absolutely forever, because the options were terrible. But can you believe there are so many pink and green options in this game that I didn't even know existed until this, and it's literally perfect. Like, that dress right there is pink and green, and then her swimsuit is pink and green, so I was trying to make all these subtle little nods to Elphaba. Because, you know, pink goes good with green. But anyways, so yeah. That was perfect, and I kind of struggled, like, finding, because I feel like she wears mostly dresses, but the dresses were, like, harder to find. Because, I don't know, they're just not the style. I guess The Sims 4 is not, 1900s core, which is, like, early 1900s is, I think, kind of around the time Wicked is set, because The Wizard of Oz is kind of set around that time period, so I'd imagine that Wicked would be set in that time period too. Even though it is the Land of Oz, so it's a little bit different, but, yeah. I don't exactly know when it takes place, but I know it definitely doesn't take place in 2014, which is when The Sims came out, I think. Was it 2014? Yeah, I think it was 2014. Holy cannoli, 12 years of The Sims, that's crazy. I've been playing this game for so long that I'm surprised I don't have more content to share. But yeah, I found those adorable shoes, and then I realized they had cats on them. And I feel like that was a little bit too on the nose. So I unfortunately had to take those off. But I found the dress for her everyday outfit, and it was perfect. And then I gave her this green one for like a secondary or third option. And then I was doing jewelry and makeup and stuff like that. But yeah. So definitely Fiyero was like the easiest. And Glinda was the hardest, and Elphaba was kind of in the middle. Which kind of makes sense, because she's the main character, so it kind of makes sense that she's in the middle. But I love the branding of Wicked, because obviously it's pink and green, so it makes it kind of easier to recognize. Especially when one of those characters is literally green, it definitely makes it much easier. So this was just me going through Glinda's likes and dislikes, kind of just thinking what I picture her personal views are. And then we get to Miss Elphaba, and I did open the gallery at some points to, like, get inspiration from other people. So this is Miss Elphaba Throp, and that was, this is me, like, trial and error, figuring out what her outfit's gonna be, but I eventually settled on this dress, actually, because I think it's perfect. And, of course, I just jumped back to Glinda. I'm kind of all over the place, if you ever notice that about me. I'm kind of all over the place. Oh, and then I made Fiyero's Scarecrow outfit, of course. And this was me cycling through Elphaba's clothing options, and Elphaba is definitely way different than Glinda in terms of style choices. But that dress that I found for her main outfit was perfect. Like, it was very much like dark academia vibes, which Elphaba definitely gives off. But anyway, so I was trying to find an outfit that worked for, like, the Ozdust ballroom scene, and I definitely found a good one for Fiyero and Glinda. Like, those were relatively decent, but Elphaba, like, it was hard. Like, there's not a lot of good options. And I guess it would help if I had more packs. And I didn't use any CC this time. So, I'm trying to be CC free. At least for the videos on my channel. Or at least for the Wicked videos. I'll be CC free. But yeah, so it was definitely a struggle trying to find what fit Elphaba, but I was also trying to incorporate a little bit of pink here and there as a nod to Glinda. And yeah. So these guys will be available on the gallery if you want to check them out. I'm just doing some last minute details here. I think, like, Elphaba's traits, and then I think I gave Glinda some stuff. I don't know. I keep going back. I'm kind of a perfectionist, which I think is kind of my problem, and I think that's kind of why in my last video I said I don't post a lot, was because I get busy, but I think the real truth is I'm a perfectionist, and I don't have a lot of time on my hands to make things perfect. So yeah, that was just me going through Fiyero's likes and dislikes, and I had to turn my volume up because I was trying to figure out their voices. But yeah, so anyway, I'm hoping to do another speed build in the future. Maybe we'll do, Shiz University or something. That'd be kind of cool. Or, like, maybe a build with me video would be kind of cool. And then this is just a clip of me giving Elphaba green lipstick, because I forgot. And yeah, doing some last minute details to everybody. That's another thing about me. I'm a perfectionist that's lazy and does everything last minute. Like, What is wrong with me? But anyway, thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye!